Okay, good morning to all. Welcome back. The SARC authentication and open system authentication. In the SARC authentication, in this method, the access point flows an unencrypted challenge text message to the client trying to communicate with the access point. The client devices which is appealing or requesting for the authentication encrypts the message and sends it back to the access point. If encryption of the message is found right, then the access point permits the client device to authenticate, and as it uses web key in this method. What do you mean the web? Web is the wireless equivalent privacy key. In this method, the access point is open to virus attacks by just evaluating the wireless key, and hence it is less secure for the authentication process. In the open system authentication, the authentication request is sent from the client user to the access point containing the wire equivalent privacy and key for authentication. In response, the access point AP sends a success message only if the wire equivalent privacy key of both the client and access point match with each other. If not, it circulates failure message. So in the share key, that means the one key is shared by the either in the sender and resource and the receiver. But in case of the open system, that the access point sends success message only those where equivalent privacy key both the client and access point match with each other. Next is your confidentiality was developed to provide privacy achieved by wired network. The internet was to prevent information compromise from passive attack, and the main goal is that only authorized persons allowed to access the data. This is the confidentiality, that when the confidential data will be moved from source to destination, and the authorized person only allow that or to access that data. Next is your integrity. Another goal of your web was security service developed to ensure that the integrity. That means we can say not the data cannot be, the messages are not modified in the transit between the wireless clients and the access point in an active attack. This security service was designed to reject any message that had been changed in the middle. So this is the basically the in between the path of the transition between sender to the receiver. If there are changes in the data packet, that will be the reject by the or can say that data will be simply reject, and so that is known as the integrity. Next is your synchronization. What is the synchronization? Synchronization means the time synchronization. In the time synchronization in wireless network is extremely important for basic communication, but it also provides the ability to detect movement, location and proximity. The synchronization problem consists of 4 parts: send time, access time, propagation time and receive time. So in the timer synchronization having 2 parts, one is your timer synchronization in an IBSS and timer synchronization in your BSS, right? So in the IBSS, what will happen in here is, though the independent basic service set, all the devices having the independent configuration. So that beacon, what do you mean the beacon? The beacon is broadcasted by the sender machine having the timing structure of that sender machine. Right, because though the synchronization means the time clock of the sender should be synchronized with the receiver, or you can say receiver should synchronize its clock to the according to the sender. So that beacon is broadcast by the sender, and that beacon format having the structure of the time of the sender, right? So before sending the data, first station, any station which want to start the transmission, reset the time to 0 and send a beacon frame to the receiver. That means when the receivers receive that beacon, then according to that time structure which is contains within that beacon form packet, then it is synchronized with the senders, right? So that is the timer synchronization in IBSS. Then what about the BSS? In this case, the access point is responsible for transmitting a beacon frame periodically. Synchronization function is very simple, in which a mobile station will update its timer with the value of the timer it receives from the access point in the beacon frame, modified by any processing time required to perform the update. Here access point will generate the beacon frame, but in case of the IBSS, each station, it is independent, though it is independent system. The station generate the beacon frame, but here the access point generate the beacon frame periodically, and in this case mobile station will update its timer with the value of the timer it receives from the access point in the beacon frame, modified by any processing time required to perform the update the operation. Next come to the roaming. Everybody is aware about the roaming. What is the roaming? Roaming is the ability for a customer of mobile communication to automatically make and receive the telephone calls, send and receive data, or access other services while traveling outside the geographical coverage area of the home network by means of using a network of another operator. So this is the roaming system. That means this is the one cell access point area, is another access point area. That means when the client moves from one access point to the another access point more, what will happen? In the both the case, if the signal strength of the signal are the same, but when the client moves from the one point to another access point, that means this signal of this point will become the weaker and weaker, when this access point having the stronger and the stronger. So the mobile system sends the signals generally in all the directions, right? So when the mobile signal come towards to this second access point having the strong signal, you are receiving the strong signal, then it will it will be disconnected from the previous access point and receiving the signal from the next access point. So this is known as the roaming method. Next come to the Bluetooth. What do you mean the Bluetooth? Bluetooth is with the infrared, one of the major wireless technology developed to achieve wireless personal area network, or you can say it comes under wireless personal area network. Bluetooth is a wireless LAN technology used to connect devices of different functions such as telephones, computers, notebooks, cameras, printers, and so on. Bluetooth is an example of personal area network. Bluetooth project was standard by SIG, Special Interest Group, formed by 4 companies, IBM, Intel, Nokia, and Toshiba, for interconnecting computing and communicating devices using short range, lower power, inexpensive wireless radios. So it is having the following functions of Bluetooth. First is it is used for providing communication between peripheral devices like wireless mouse or keyboard with the computer. It is used by modern healthcare devices to send signals to monitors. It is used by modern communicating devices like mobile phones, PTS, palm tops, etc. to transfer data rapidly. Next is it is used for dial-up networking, thus allowing notebook computer to call via mobile phone. It is used for cordless telephoning to connect a handset and its local base station. Next is your Bluetooth frame format. This is the Bluetooth frame format. First is your access code. First one is a 72-bit field that contains synchronization bits. It identifies the master. Next is your header. Yes, this is a 54-bit field. It contains 18-bit pattern that is repeated for 3 times. The header field contains the following subfields also. First is address. This 3-bit field can define up to 7 slaves 1 to 7. If the address is 0, it is used for broadcast communication from primary to all the secondaries. Type. This is 4-bit field identifies the type of data roaming from upper layers. F, this flow bits used for flow control. A for the acknowledgement. S for the sequence number of the frame to detect the retransmission. Next is your checksum. This 8-bit field contains checksum to detect errors in header. Next is your data. This field can be 022744 bits long. It contains data or control information coming from upper layers. This is the Bluetooth architecture of Bluetooth communication types, or you can say it is the first one, Piconet. Piconet is a Bluetooth network that consists of one primary master node and 7 active secondary slave nodes. Thus, Piconet can have up to 8 active nodes or stations within the distance of 10 meters. There can be only one primary or master station in each Piconet. The communication between the primary and the secondary can be one-to-one or one-to-many. All communication is between master and slave. And in addition to 7 active slave station, a Piconet can have up to 250 packet and nodes. And this one is a scatter net. Scatter net is formed by combining various Piconets. A slave is in one Piconet can act as a master or primary in other Piconet. Such a station or node can receive messages from the master in the first Piconet and deliver the message to its slaves in other Piconet where it is acting as a master. This node is also called bridge slave. And thus a station can be a member of 2 Piconets and a station cannot be mastered in 2 Piconets, right? So in the scatter net, in the Piconet there is minimum there is one master and one slave, right? But in case of the scatter net, when the this is the connection between more than one within the Piconets, right? These are the Piconets, right? So when the master of one Piconet is connected to the slave of other Piconet, right, to the slave of the other Piconet. Here this is the master of one Piconet, and here this one is the slave of the other Piconet. When this master is connected to this slave, it becomes a master. And this is the process of the scatter net. There is a 2-pipe communication. This is the asynchronous connectionless, ACL, and the SCO, synchronous connection oriented. The 2 type of connection made in this type of the Piconets. It is used for packet switch data that is available at irregular intervals. ACL is asynchronous, delivers traffic on a best effort basis. Frames can be lost or may have to be retransmitted. But a slave can have only one ACL link to its master. Now what will happen? In asynchronous, suppose there is no connection between the or you can say any slave is not allotted any line by the master. So instantly this asynchronous line is created and the communication starts. But in case of synchronous connection oriented SCO is used for real-time data such as sound. It is used where fast delivery is preferred over accurate delivery. In an SCO link, a physical link is created between the master and slave by reserving specific slot at regular intervals. That means it is a reserved link between the master and the slave. In case of there is no, and it is also the fix. Suppose there is no link is allotted by the master to any slave, this ACL, that means the asynchronous connection is allocated to that slave and the data will be transmitted. Okay, so this is all about the Bluetooth and this is about the chapter 5. So thank you to all. From next class we are discussing about the chapter number 6. Okay, thank you to all.